Hello, viewers, and welcome to our channel today. We are going to be talking about how to know if you are marrying the right person. How do you know that you're marrying the right person? Today, I believe a lot of questions is going to be answered. A lot of worries is going to be dashed. All right. A lot of concern is going to be quenched. We are going to have a lot of family, a lot of individuals set free from their worries today by God's grace. Now, here's one thing about this particular issue. I've had several questions and people coming to me asking me, how did you know that your wife was the right person for you? How did she know that you were the right person for her? All of these questions coming in from young people, students who are facing their graduation, facing their final year, and they want to come out of school and then decide to get married to somebody, or you have just casual individuals who think that they have to make the right decision in marrying somebody because of the chaos and troubles that follow marriage today that is so rampant. Many people are afraid of getting married, taking the decision to get married, even though they actually anticipate it, they aspire to be. Yeah, I understand that. One of the things that people need to understand again is that the key to this whole thing includes you knowing the will of God. The success of it is that you have to know the will of God. It's so important. You have to keep God as the center of your life. You have to keep God at the center of your life, which is the most important step to take in any relationship building. And that's the step I took. And you understand. And again, not to rush. In addition to that, you don't want to rush doing things. You want to avoid being in a rush to try to, get this done, get that done. All right. So I have 7 things I want to share with you today. 7 points I believe that you can use. Okay. 7 points that you can implement to help you know that you're marrying the right person. And these are the exact steps that I personally took in my relationship, in walking my way to marriage. This is exactly what I did. Now, I am over 40 years old and I've been married for over 8 years now. And I understand. I dated my wife right now for about 14 years. We were together and then we got married. Now, all of this has been happening due to understanding each other and walking these principles that I'm about to share with you today. Okay, so I'm not just speaking of from my head or trying to make you feel inspired or something. No, I'm giving you principle that has worked for me, and I believe it will work for you if you follow suit what I'm telling you today. Okay, number one thing that you need to do. You need to do these things. Number one thing that you need to do to know if you are marrying the right person is this. Believers must marry believers. God's word is clear about that. A Muslim should marry a Muslim. An unbeliever should marry an unbeliever. If you are a Christian, you believe in God, you should aim to marry one who is a Christian and who believes in God. Of course, we know that people claim to believe in God or believe as Christian, but they are devil incarnates themselves. We understand all of that. That's why you need to follow the next principles I'm going to share with you. There are 7 of them, so you need to listen carefully. But number one, the first goal is to marry somebody who believes what you believe. Somebody in your class of belief, somebody in your class of religion. Now, failure to do so will bring a lot of calamity to the marriage if you proceed with that without considering this first step. Failure to do this will procure, or it will invite calamity, challenges beyond your widest dream. And that's where a lot of people made the mistake in getting married. They go with their emotions, they go with their feelings, forgetting that there are principles here that guides this kind of marriage to be successful. Now, number two thing, the second thing that you need to do, is this: pray continually and earnestly for God's leading to the right person. Oh, yes, you heard me. A lot of people think prayer is just spending hours and hours and hours and days and days and days and just talking and, religiously, ceremoniously. No, prayer is about thoughts, good thoughts. Prayer is about what you want God to help you do. Prayer is about asking God for guidance to help you find the right person. So you need to pray continually, expecting to meet the right person, expecting to know that you're going to get married to the right person. You must say it to yourself. You must affirm it that you're going to get married to the right person. But you need to know that this right person must be a believer. So you will say, I'm going to get married to someone who believes in God, a man or a woman who fear God. You must ask that. Asking is praying. You ask God what you want, and by doing that, you are praying. Okay, that's number two. You need to do that earnestly. Well, you might sometimes go without eating food, maybe half a day, or maybe for a whole day. Just sit down a moment, think about what you want, and then begin to pour your heart before the creator of the world, the one who actually knows who your husband or your wife to be is. Okay? Now, number three thing that you must do. Now, the third thing that you must do is this. Make sure your heart is submissive and desire to do God's will. If you do, He will provide direction. Yes, you heard me right. You have to desire to be submissive, to do the will of God. Bring yourself down, humble yourself. How do I mean? It's simple. Don't think that you know all to do to get married to the right person. Don't think that you have all the wisdom to get married to the right person. Don't think that you are okay to do it on your own. That is being proud. You need help. You need support. Even to choose a career or what to study, sometimes we all need help. Even choosing our friends, sometimes we all need help. Not to talk of the fact that you're going to make your life decision, something that will affect your life for the rest of your existence. You see, it's very important that you have to seek help. So humble yourself. Find out how what God will is concerning this decision you're making, because He's the one that instituted marriage in the first place. So you need His help. You need His will to help you do it. And doing that, when you bring yourself down to that level, when you say, oh, I need help, I need God's wisdom and will to help me do this, yeah, you are humbling yourself at that moment. That's submissiveness. And you need to do that because it will get you the direction. He will provide you the direction of what to do and how to get there. All right. Okay. Now, the fourth thing that you need to do to know if you're marrying the right person. You see, you want to know if you're marrying the right person. So the fourth thing that you need to do right now is this. Seek counsel from strong Christians, believers who evidence wisdom and maturity. So these guys are evidence in wisdom and maturity. Their prayer has significance. All right. So you want to seek counsel from strong Christians who have evidence of wisdom and maturity. You see, these are the kind of people you want to meet. These are the kind of people you want to talk to. You say, well, what do you think about marriage? Have you been married before? If they have been married before, that clearly states their maturity in that field. That clearly states their wisdom in that field. So how long have they been married? Like personally, I have been married for about 8 years now. Okay, but I've courted my wife now for a long time, for over 14 years. So I have two beautiful, lovely boys already. So I can talk about things I've gone through these years. And I can encourage somebody who is starting out or somebody who thinks he needs some guidance on what to do. That's what I'm talking about. Seeking counsel from strong Christians, not just shallow people or who doesn't understand what this thing requires to survive a relationship. You need people who have something to give to you, some substantial wisdom to give to you. All right, that's very important. Then number five thing, the fifth one, number five. All right, the fifth thing that you need to do to know that you're getting married to the right person, you need to do this. Okay, you need to do this. Number five. Are ready for this? Okay. Support from parents is important. Include them in your decision. Seek their advice. Did you get that? I'll say that again. Support from your parents are very important. Include them in your decision making to get married. Seek their advice. There are many parents, obviously, that are you know what I mean. They are difficult to understand. So you tell them this kind of thing, they will rather go the other way. I understand that. Okay, yeah, there is a circumstances I know of where a parent actually stood against the marriage. When the lady talked to their parent about she wanted to marry, the parent refuted. They didn't want it. They won against it, they fought against it, and this was just actually supposed to be the right person that she felt that she was going to marry. In such a case, you need to seek advice from your parents. Yeah, there are some parents that you don't need to take what they're saying because they don't understand, or they are still just trying to force someone else on you that you don't love. That is understandable. But if you love someone genuinely and the person follow these criteria falls within these 7 principles that I'm sharing with you, and you've done all of these things, then you can go ahead. You can be rest assured that this person should be the right person. Okay? Very important. Parents' advice is important. Don't get married without your parents. You need your parents' blessings. Okay? Very important. Okay, number 6 thing you have to do to know that you're getting married to the right person. The 6th thing you have to do is this: be satisfied with Christ. Making him the focus of your life is a priority. Be satisfied with Christ. I say this because a lot of people, when they get married or when they're planning to get married, they have double mind towards life. They are part of the word, they are part of God. They have one leg outside, one leg in. So when it comes to solving problems, they can borrow from the world system and then borrow from God. So they are missing up things in their lives. You don't want to have that. You want to be satisfied with only one principle and one Lord and God in your life. That is it. You make Christ your focus and you make him your priority. When you do that, you can't miss it. This is exactly how I feel, because I've been on this now. It's as though I feel I am home. You see, I feel I'm home in my marriage. Believe me, I'm not saying that there are no challenges, but because of my focus and my priority is Christ, I receive guidance. I receive direction all the time to solve every challenges and problem that comes. And I'm excited because I see a lot of people crumble. I see a lot of people fall in all of these challenges that comes to me. A lot of people fall and marriages are dissolved, you know. There's separation, disoriented families and homes as a result of these challenges that I have faced and I'm still facing. But I'm standing here. My marriage is still growing strong. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm just saying I'm doing these things I'm sharing with you. These are the things I feel is life-changing principle for you. Things that you can implement to change your life. So that's number 6. Number 7, the 7th thing that you must do. If you want to know the right person, that you're marrying the right person. This is the 7th thing that you need to do. And what is this? Rushing into marriage is never wise. Rushing into marriage is never wise. So don't rush. Don't rush. I know a lot of people are saying, I'm out of time. I'm 40 years old. I'm 35 years old. I'm not still married. I need to get married to anybody. No, you can't get married to anybody. Please don't do that. You're destroying your future. You're destroying your life. Think about the children that will suffer the consequences of your actions today. Or think about your children that will receive the benefit, the dividend, the blessings of your right decisions today. You need to think ahead of time. You need to plan your family ahead of time before you get started. You can do it. All you need to do is to see what you want to become. See what you want to achieve in your marriage. See what kind of marriage you wanted. And then you want to live that way. When I was growing up, in the area where I grew up, in my hometown, I saw a lot of family, especially husband and wife, fighting, quarreling, a lot of chaos in several areas in marriage, in several marriages I saw in my area growing up. Especially one particular neighbor that I had 2 wives. It was war after war after war daily. Either he's fighting the other, the first wife, or the first wife is fighting the second wife, or the next day he is fighting the second wife. There was always a fight. Or the children, the next day, the children of the first wife is fighting the children of the second wife. I mean, there was always fight in the house almost every day. I was sick and tired of seeing that. And I made up my mind. That family inspired me to make the right decision. I made up my mind first, I'm not going to get married to 2 wives. I just made up my mind. I saw, even though God is against it, God doesn't allow it. I mean, God doesn't support it. Even though you choose to do it, God will not be angry with you. But he actually advised not to do it because that's wisdom. If you're wise, don't do it. But if you don't care, if you have all the capacity, energy, to coordinate everything, go ahead. There's nothing wrong if you want to do it. God is not mad at you. He won't be. Okay. But I know the trouble that comes with it. Look at Abraham in the Bible. He had Sarah and the maid. You got the trouble? Yeah, you got the trouble. Look at Isaac in the Bible. He had a challenge, not because he married 2 wives, but he had a challenge with raising the kids, because associated with the kids, because Esau had 2 wives. He was troubled. The life of Rebecca and Isaac was in hell because of Esau's 2 wives. Okay? Hey, I'm not saying that these things are not good, but don't rush into marriage. Be wise. Don't rush into it. Don't be quick to decide, oh, he's so loving, he's so caring. No, don't rush it. Stay calm. Do all these things amicably. Ensure you go through these principles, and you will definitely know that you're getting married to the person, the right person. You definitely know. You say, how does this help? Well, these are the steps I took. And then when I went through this process, by the time I was done, my heart was connected to my wife right now. I have about 2 to 3 other sets of girls that was online in my mind to choose from. Some of them might be watching this video now, I don't know. But in reality, they were there. I wanted to choose. I have to go through this principle. And my heart fell back all the time. I was having peace. Every time I was with my wife now, Then the woman I was dating, she's my wife now. Every time I was with her, I felt peace. I felt at home compared to any other person. I knew that this was it. I knew that this was the direction I was supposed to go. And I was glad that I did take that decision. So if you do the same, you will receive direction. Okay. I believe you have been imparted with this. Thank you. Now, before I go, I want to give you a practical advice, a practical step. Practical step. You don't want to miss this. Okay. Practical step. You need to take this practical step. First, I've mentioned them before, but I'll just recap. First, avoid dating someone who is not a believer. Avoid dating an unbeliever. This is a trap that could easily cause grief. If you avoid dating, having a serious date with someone who is not a believer, you will save yourself a lot of trouble. Number two, do not think that you will convert the person to be like you. Changing someone is not the key to successful marriage. You cannot change anybody. Don't think you win him over to you. Win him over to God. Oh, he will become a Christian soon. You may be wrong. That could happen, but it's usually not the case. Okay. So that's number two. Number three, hey, get others' prayers. You need other people's prayer. Get them to be praying for you. You see, you need people to help you pray. You need people to support you so that you can have the strength and energy to make the right decision. You need that. And then spend time with your future in-laws. Yeah. Actually, when I was dating my wife, my mother-in-law was obviously against all I did. She fought against it, but later on, as she saw my tenacity, my consistency, and she made up her mind, no, you know what, this guy, I can't do much anything more. Let me just see what happens. And today, I'm telling you, she's glad that I am a son in-law. So this is the key, all right? Spend time with your future in-laws to observe how they treat other people or how they treat each other. Okay, this could be an indicator of how your future spouse will treat you. It's so important. These are very key. Okay, follow this practical step, and you will be on your way knowing the one to marry. Thank you for watching. Remember to share this video, like this video, comment. Do that now. Share, like, comment. All right, and subscribe if you haven't done so. I want you to subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so, because there are more of these kind of videos coming your way to help you succeed in your family and marriage. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again. Bye. Hello everyone, you're welcome to our channel today. This is Family Aspects. I want to bring something unique to you. We have been sharing on preparing for marriage. It's a series of teaching and guides and information that we're dishing out on that subject, especially for young people or people who are aspiring to get married under their 40s, and they are thinking, oh, I need to get married. I don't know what to do. Come on, this series, you need to watch it, and you need to share some of these videos with your loved ones and those who you think, okay, that needs to watch this video, that need to marry, or they are aspiring to get married, but they don't know what to do. Okay, now today's topic, we want to talk about, why are you not married yet? Okay, why are you not married yet? Well, fine, we understand that a lot of people statistics show that most women, okay, are not married. Even at the age of 40, they are not married. Okay. And we also know that there are a lot of women in this world on earth more than men. Okay. Statistics shows that. You may not agree with it. You may want to debate that. Okay, that's fine. If you disagree, leave your comment on the comment section below, and I'll tell you why I said it. Okay. Now, before we begin, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I want to encourage you to subscribe to this channel, because what I'm about to share with you, you don't want to miss, especially the whole series. You want the whole series. Okay, so share, and also subscribe this to this channel. All right, here's what we're going to talk about today. The first thing is to understand who you really are. So, and define yourself as an individual is very important in making decisions to get married. All right, but the reason a lot of women are not married yet, which I have seen all over the world, I have seen it. When I mean I have seen it, I've spoken to a lot of women, I've spoken to a lot of men. I understand that many women at their 40s haven't gotten married. They are struggling to get married. There are a lot of reasons why most ladies are not married yet, even at their 40s. There are a lot of reasons. And my goal today, or from this series I'm going to be teaching, is to draw your attention. You see, is to help you to draw your attention to the areas in your life, okay, which requires some adjustments to make your marital destiny a reality. That's what my plan is. You see, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you get there. You see, I want to try and help you get there, because you see, there are things you need to adjust. There are things that are in your life that you haven't really noticed. So I'm going to draw your attention to those things through this series, and then help you to understand that these things may need some little tweaking, a little adjustment, you understand, to help you get to where you want to get to. Especially we're talking about marital destiny, to make it reality. So that's what we're looking at on this series. Now, what is the number one reason why many ladies are not yet married? Now, I'm saying many ladies because we have a lot of them that are not yet married. So I'm going to be specifically directing this series of teaching to them. Okay? To ladies, you're watching this. Okay? Why are you, if you're not married, why are you not married yet? Number one reason that you are not married yet is this: you are not ready. Yeah, the simple truth is you are not ready. You say, what do you mean you're not ready? Come on, it's true. Some ladies are not married because they are not ready for it. You are not married because you are not ready for it. So what does that mean? If you do, let's say, if you understand that you are married, you are not married, and the reason why you're not married is because you're not ready. Let's see some analysis on this. First, if you get married when you are not ready, there's certainty of chaos that will happen in your marriage. There's certainty of chaos. Let me explain this. You will end up creating problems. You will end up creating not only problems for yourself, you will end up creating problems for your partner, because you thought you were ready, but in reality, you were not ready. And you jump into the relationship, and then you got married and thought you were ready, and then you find out it's not what you thought it is. So what happened? The struggle. You're creating problem for yourself. You're taking actions that are not supposed to be. You're making decisions that are not supposed to be. And then you are finding it, oh, this is not what I expected. This is not what I wanted. Why is it like this? Yeah, because you were not ready. Now, here's the point. Unless you are emotionally, mentally, and spiritually including financially prepared to get married, you will not enjoy your marital status or your marital journey. Let me explain that. I will say it again. Unless you are emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and financially prepared. Many women are not emotionally prepared for marriage. They don't know that you need to be strong and mature emotionally to withstand the challenges that come from marriage, to withstand the troubles that come with marriage. They don't know. Many women are not emotionally strong. There are so many women who has